Well, let's see here. You're, you, young man, are calling Pat Condell ignorant because he talked about the burqa and what it's doing in his country and how it could be used as a disguise. Yes, it is a disguise. What makes you think it isn't? What do you mean it's just a cultural piece of clothing? No, it isn't. It's not. That's not what it is at all. It's not just a piece of clothing. It's a religious edict. Do you get it? Their religion and their Sharia law has resolved that women are supposed to cover themselves up, and if they don't, they can be stoned to death. If they go out in public without their burqa, they can be stoned to death. If they go out in public without one of their own relatives or another estranged man, they can be stoned to death. Did you get that? And they're just perpetrating that same oppression by bringing it to England and like the lady in Florida, the Muslim in Florida who wanted to get her driver's license picture taken with her veil on. You can't do that. The whole reason for the picture is identification. If you disguise your face by changing it or covering it, that's the description of disguise, by the way. If you do that, then you're not showing your identity. The police pull you over, they don't know who the heck you are. They don't even know if you can see out that thing. It's obstructing even your view. And anyway, if the bitch is going to be so, you know, religious as to wear the damn thing, what's she doing driving anyway? Why does she even need a license? Her men are driving her around. Well, maybe she doesn't follow that part of it. And that's just the whole point. It's all pick and choose, and it's these sexually frustrated old men, desert dwellers, who made up all these rules, the Sharia law and all that, and they're trying to bring it to England. Yeah, the whole Sharia law. And Pat Condell is picking one part of it that's very oppressive to women. You can talk about it like that, but you're not a woman. You've never had to do things like that just because of a religion. You've never been afraid to walk out of your house because you don't have a male relative with you. You've never been scared to death that your husband or your brother or your father might find out that you read a book, a Western book even. Ooh, or that you were seeing the kid down the street. Oh my God, what are you going to do? Because her own brother will stone her to death. It's called mercy killing. What's wrong with you, dude? You've been nowhere though. I mean, you're just a kid. You've never been anywhere. You know, all you know is what you see on the media, and it seems to me that you're just listening to the media and everybody wanting to accommodate religion and appease them. It's just a cultural thing. No, it is not. It all stems from a religion thing. It's all part of the cult. It's all part of the tenet, the edict, that this is how women are supposed to be treated in Islam. You don't get that? And that's the problem. Even Christians, they have their weirdness too. And the Jews, circumcision is another one. You have the right to have it done if you want, but it's stupid. Why would you? You don't have a covenant with a God, especially if you're an atheist. I didn't know there's atheists still want to get circumcision done. I don't get it. They still believe the crap that the Jews put out there. No, not as a Nazi. The Jews use, but it is a Jewish thing. It came from the Jewish religion about the covenant with God, cutting off a piece of their penis. Only a pedophile would think of such a thing, wanting to cut off the penis of a baby. What's wrong with you, dude? It's just as bad. You're gonna say, "Oh, what's that got to do with the burqa?" A lot. It's all religious edict. It's all ignorant laws made up by old men to keep things in control, especially in the desert. You know, you're in the desert, it's hotter than hell, you haven't got a lot to eat, you haven't got, you know, there aren't a lot of women around. So the women you do have, you need to keep a hold of them. And back, you know, thousands of years ago when people were very superstitious, no, they personified everything. They made up their own rules. Even Muhammad, he was tired. Jews had their religion, Christians had their religion, Muslims, the people that lived there, Arabics, they didn't have a religion. What are they going to do? They had, well, Baal, they had Mithra, they had a bunch of other gods like that. Horus and Egyptian gods, maybe, I don't know. But they weren't monotheistic. Not until Muhammad picked up a sword and ran around the world, threatening everybody, burning their villages and everything, and telling them, you better revert to Islam. Just like a couple hundred years later, a few hundred years later, the Catholics did with the Inquisition. You know, it's no different. It's all oppression. They're all religious rules meant to control. And the burqa is not excluded from that. Oh, you'll hear these women out here that it's my choice. I'll wear it if I, because I choose to. They're wearing it because they're a Muslim. If they weren't Muslim, they wouldn't wear it. Period. Think about that for a minute. It's not just the culture. If they were Catholic, if they were Christian, they wouldn't wear it. Go over there. Go over to Lebanon, for instance. There's Muslims and Christians living side by side. The Christians don't wear a burqa. They don't wear robes and all that crap. Black in the middle of the desert. So, it's not cultural, it's religious. So get your head out of your ass and listen to Mr. Condell. Don't just hear him. Listen. And you need to grow up. And you need to grow up and think about what real freedom of choice is. Anybody indoctrinated enough to accept and even request and desire to wear the burqa is, come on, covering their body from head to toe, and they're worried about it's. The Muslim men say it's because we revere our women and we don't want you guys making eyes at them and raping them and everything. What? They think every man in the world's a rapo? No, that's their culture, okay? Here in America, we don't look at a woman and just automatically assume, that they're trying to seduce us and their hair is wicked. Ugh. All that Stone Age thinking is where the burqa is coming from. You get that? All right. I doubt if you really do, but I'm going to try to believe that you get it. Good night, my young friend. But you need to educate yourself a little better, all right?